One. Yay!
Hello.
Hi. We are live. We are live after how many technical difficulties, Dino?
My fault, sorry.
No, hey, like, it's not your fault. It was on my side too. So, yes, at least we made it. Tonight, tonight we are going to talk about personal development tools for business owners and aspiring business owners. So,
Yes.
Gino, do you want to get started?
Okay. So let's see now.
So,
Okay.
I'm thinking let's get started with the personal development tools. Yes.
Okay. What
What
everything
is
that you need to help develop yourself as a business person, as a how can I say, an entrepreneur, and as a network marketer, someone who's efficient and who can get results. What are some of the tools that you need in order to develop yourself and increase your skill level and take you to that next level to which you will be able to do this with your eyes closed, as well. Okay. So I think what you said. Let's just share a couple of, or let's say, let us give the audience here some of the books and people that we use personally. So can I ask you, Luandra, who is your favorite book? Who's it written by? What does that person say?
okay? So I have quite a few books that I've read and that I've enjoyed. For I have like two categories. I have my business books to develop myself business, to develop the business mind, and then I have personal development books that I enjoy. So if I can just give you guys top three business business development books that I personally liked and enjoyed reading is number one. I spoke about this one during the week. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. A book review on that. And then I also enjoyed the 10X by Grant Cordell, and then The Science of Getting Rich. So those are the three books that I can think of right now. Those three books that I enjoyed to build myself up personally, business wise. So, do you want to share your three business business development books that you personally enjoyed, or whichever ones?
Okay. Well, on my side, if I can say, I don't really have a favorite. You can say that all of these guys who have achieved much, who have achieved a lot, have gone on to share their experience with us, to help us develop ourselves to get to that level. Um, I love all of them. If I can find somebody who is successful, I will go after them and I will see how did they reach that success. So, as testament to that, I can say I've written down so many names here. I've got guys like Tony Robbins, Rick Warry, T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry, Robert Kiyosaki,
Yes.
the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. What is his name? Dale Carnegie. That's just some of the names of the authors and the books that I've written down. I take specifically me. I take my development, and I take it. How can I say, on my, at least on my side, I take it also to guys like Mr. Bishop T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry, people who are in the business world and who are also very spiritual. Some of them preachers, because a lot of the principles that they speak about in the books, they apply both to your spiritual life and to your business life. And I found that that's really helpful to me. Okay,
And
that's from my side. If I can ask, what do you think, in your opinion, Luan, do all of these people have in common that makes them so great? If I can use that word.
what makes it, in my opinion, what makes them so great?
Yeah, what do they
Their
have in common
determination,
that makes them like that? Yeah.
their determination and a strong why. A strong why. Having a strong why is very important to so that to be able to conquer whatever you're trying to achieve. Having that strong why, like why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up? I think what they all have in common is they have a strong why. I was also thinking about, because you've mentioned Tony Robbins there. I've also watched his autobiography. I've read through it, and he grew up poor, and his main focus right now is to love and feed others, because he knows exactly what it is not to have. So that's his why, and it drives him, and he always pushes himself to the next level, and also he always wants to uh, better himself in that aspect of always wanting to feed more people. It seems like my video is
Others,
very
because he knows exactly what it is not to have. So there's his why, and drives him, and he always
so
pushes himself to the next level. And also,
yeah,
he always
really.
wants to uh, better himself in that aspect. Yes. Of always wanting to feed. Actually, so why giving others as he knows exactly what he's not to give. So there's his so giving others.
Cool. And in your opinion, what do you think all these people have in common? Dino, can you hear me? Dino? Can you hear me now? Hi, Naylan. Thank you for tuning in. Kazi. So, Dino, are you there? Okay. While Dino is sorting his internet connection out there, I'm just going to go ahead and share my three personal favorite personal development books that I enjoyed and that I still go through. Actually, the first one is Acts of Faith by Ian Van Zandt. I actually use that one still on a daily basis to meditate my 10 to 15 minutes meditation. I use that booklet. I have it. And then
My three
the
personal favorite personal development books that I enjoyed and
before.
so both
Maybe are you there?
the first one is it's of faith by Allah and second I use that one so on a daily basis
To meditate. my thank you for tonight's meditation. Okay, and then my last booklet that I enjoyed was also by different people broken. My top three that I enjoyed. Still have others as well. Um, I'm currently going through for my business development. I'm currently reading, or rather, audio. I have this audio book, The Science of Getting Rich. I'm busy going through that one, and I'm still struggling. Even this is like a small. This is like a really small booklet. This one is by uh, Kaiser Mackenzie, A Hustler's Bible, the New Testament. I've started reading this one, but I didn't get that far. So I'm really actually hoping to get back with this book. But in the meantime, um, I'm enjoying my audiobooks and I'm enjoying the science of getting rich. And that's the current book that I am reading. And I need to get back to this one. And let me see up to what chapter I got. Hmm. So this one, I think this is chapter 4. So I have to continue with chapter 5 when I get time to get back to this one. So definitely a local book. So far, so good. I enjoyed it. And this is definitely something that I would recommend you guys also grab, especially for us business, aspiring business owners, to keep us business minded. And did we just lose Dino? Oh. Yes, so while we wait for Dino
Hi, I'm
to
back.
get back.
Sorry about that
Oh, are you
technical
back?
difficulties.
Okay, cool. Hey, hey, welcome
Hi.
back. Cool.
Okay.
So, so yeah, I was just sharing with the viewers that my top 3 personal development books that I enjoyed, and then the book that I'm currently reading. Well, which book are you currently reading? I remember when the last time we spoke, you said you reading T.D. Jakes' The Saw book.
As I was reading TD Jigsaw, if I can give or rather my take on the book for those who don't really know it, this is not really specifically from him. It's not really a spiritual. Well, it has to do with spirit, but the thing is, this is more geared to somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur, somebody who wants to do their own thing, somebody who's looking for how do you do it, how do you start. What he provides in this book is a number of answers as to what the best ways to take, what's the best channels to go down, what you should avoid, especially how you should behave, what your thinking should be, all of those things, those good, strong foundations that you need in your life, especially when you want to do your own thing. He provides all of that in a nice rundown where he gives his own testament of his own life and how he started his own businesses along with his church, and how all of that led to him becoming the man he is today. I love T.D. Jakes because not only is he a great man of God, he's a great businessman. He's the kind of person that walks into companies and speaks to CEOs, the presidents of companies, and tells them, because they call him and they ask him, what do you think I should do in the situation regarding this money over here, regarding the people, regarding stuff, what I should do, what do you think is the best option? and I really admire somebody like that. Somebody that I can aspire to become like. Um, yeah, that's just the book. But I finished that one a while ago now. What
Yeah.
I'm currently reading right now is from Dale Carnegie. It's called "How to Win Friends and Influence People." A
Yes,
nice little book.
I like
It's
that book.
yeah, why not? Helps you develop your how to deal with people, how to deal with them, how to influence them, how to affect them in as specifically in a positive way to help both you and them receive the results that you are looking for. This is a very good book, especially for somebody who's not so sure as how to go about dealing with people in order to get the results you are looking for. This is a good book. It's a good book as long as you put it into practice. This is something that he states over and over and over again. It doesn't help you read this book if you're not going to do what it says. Yes.
And what's so nice about it is that we have the books now, so we can read them over and over and over and
Over
over,
and over and
just to
over.
refresh our minds, you know.
Yes.
And especially that one that you just mentioned, how to win friends and influence.
Those people,
Uh,
yes.
yes, it's definitely good to read it like multiple times to get it in, because sometimes
Yes, let
you
it sink in. Mhm.
yeah. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's actually a good book.
For all
So,
of you, sorry, for
no,
all of
no,
you out there, especially if I can use my example, I'm not a big reader. I was never a big reader. If you gave me a book, I would like maybe read halfway through it and then I'd get bored. And then maybe I'd see it a couple months later and then try to read again and I won't finish it. I'll get bored again. But what I love with audiobooks,
mm,
it's you can have them in your ear and you don't even have to be listening to what they're saying, but what's going in, it starts to sink in your spirit and it starts to affect the way you think, the way you look at the world, even if you're not really listening. I mean, take people who go to sleep with these books playing in their ear. That stuff, excuse me, those words, they come in and then they start changing you for the better, especially when you don't have time and when you feel that I don't have time to sit down and now and read a book, I have to do this, I have to do that, you have things that you have to do. Sitting with an audiobook, even if you have to put down the music for a little while. Yes, music is nice, it relaxes you, but I prefer something that makes me better than something that makes me relax, because at least I know I will know at least I know I will have a how can I say, a better outlook on life. So whatever stress I had
mm,
before, that doesn't come again because I've learned to grow as a person because of these audiobooks. Yes.
exactly. And if I may add, like these audiobooks, these audios, daily audios, it really helps. It feeds your mind on a daily basis. And like you just mentioned, even though you're not listening, you can go to sleep with these books in your ear. It's feeding the subconscious mind, because the
Yes.
subconscious mind
Yes.
is where everything stores up, and that's where we have to clear up. And one of my mentors actually said that it takes your subconscious mind about 2 years to reverse and change your mind. It takes you 2 years to change your mind. When you're doing personal development, when you're working on yourself, you're not going to see improvements, you're not going to see a difference immediately. It takes the subconscious mind like two
Yes.
years to transform. So continue, even if you're not really listening, continue. It's feeding the subconscious mind, it's depositing all those information, and it's transforming you subconsciously.
Yes. And
So
remember that 2 years thing that you're speaking of. That's for an average person. That's for somebody who like maybe once a week listens to an audio, who once a week maybe reads a book, who once a week maybe picks up the paper and reads and help develop themselves. But now if you're somebody who's hungry for this, somebody who really wants it, you're somebody who's every day and every night busy drilling these things into them, who's busy seeking them out, who's hungry for it, you're going to change, and you're going to change in such a powerful way that when people see you after even a short time, especially if you're very hungry, when they see you, your whole demeanor is going to change. Your whole posture is going to change. You're going to be, when they see you, you're going to look like a different person. They're going to look at you, not recognize you, but say, he looks familiar. But the person I knew, he never stood like that. He never spoke like that. Who is this person who speaks with such authority and strength? If you're really hungry, you're going to change, and you're going to change in such a radical way. Before, I can say that I've met people before they were shy, they were timid, they were, I can use the word weak. They chose to avoid situations to then take them on and challenge them. Today, these people that I've met who helped develop themselves, who taken on mental, who sought advice, today they are powerful. When they step into the room changes just because they're there. This is the kind of effect that self-development brings. I think this is maybe the reason why some people feel that it's a bit intimidating, but once you're in it, you'll never want to go back. That's what I know for sure.
No, that's so true. And plus, even if you don't go full force into this thing, you know.
Yes, I'm there.
Sorry. Even if you don't go full force into this thing, like even if you tell yourself you don't have time, just like download YouTube audio videos, listen to it in the morning. It's very important. Like your first 20 minutes of you waking up is very important. It determines the outlook of your day. So even if you listen to a short inspirational audio that you can just go download on YouTube, you won't believe what it does to your mind and what it does to your mood, you know. So just start with little things like that. There's a quote that says self work is like the best work you'll ever do. So just start with little things like if 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, collect these audio motivational audio recordings, and even if it does nothing for you, because there was this lady, she said, yes, I get inspired when I look at these motivational videos, I get inspired, and then after the video I just like, okay, I'm not inspired to do anything. So just make it a habit, like once a day, 10 minutes. Just listen, read something positive, listen to something positive that will motivate you and inspire you to just to be a better person.
Saying right there. I see a lot of them, especially on Facebook. You'll see a whole list of people sending these motivational quotes and these inspiring verses and sayings, videos, and all of that. When I see these things, I wonder, do people just see and then scroll down, read, and then scroll down, read, and then scroll down? I think that's maybe an example that you just put, this woman who gets inspired for that second, and after that second, then she's no longer inspired. So for people like that who just click, read, and scroll down, I can say to you, you need to want it. If you don't want it, it's not going to have an effect on you. If you're going to say to yourself that I want to become stronger, I want to start lifting so that I can become buff and a big guy. If you don't want it, you're going to lift with that same effort. You're going to lift if you really don't want it. Somebody, as I said just before, if you're hungry for something, whatever you're chasing, you're going to catch it. And when you catch that thing, it's going to change your life. So if you are not being affected by the things that you're putting, by the effort you're putting in, that means that you don't really want what you're busy chasing after. So remember, it's very important that you want what you're actually chasing. Otherwise, when you're going to just like, I don't really need this, and you're going to let it go, and then somebody who's struggling behind you get that same achievement, get that same goal that you've chased, and then you don't really want it. That person is still struggling to get there. That person is going to pass you, and then you're going to wonder, why are they at that level? I also ran the race. Why are they higher than me? I even did more than them. Why are they on a different level than me? You need to want it. You need to want it badly. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. That's basically what you're doing. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Wow. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. So, are you done? Are you happy with everything that you've shared with everyone for tonight?
Uh,
Is
yes,
there
I
anything
think we
else
can
that you
leave it at that.
would like to?
Um, okay. As it pertains to network marketing specifically, um, and business and your job, and maybe even your spiritual life, and maybe goals that you have set out for yourself. All of these things, again, if you want to achieve anything, you must want it. Luandra has just now told you at the beginning of this podcast that your why must be strong. It must be incredibly strong, because if you don't know why you want it, if you finally get what you were looking for, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna realize it's not really what I wanted, because I'm not hungry for it. So don't waste time doing something that you don't really want. So if you want to be your own boss, if you want to have what do you call it now, wealth, if you want to have recognition, if you want to have free time, if you want to have something that is yours, and you chase after it, yes, you will get it, because your why is very strong and your hunger is very strong. But if that's something that you're simply going after because it looks good and everybody else is doing it, you really are wasting your time. It's better for you to go sit and have a conversation with yourself as to what is it that I want in life, because you're going to affect a lot of people around you by chasing something that's not meant for you if you don't want it. It's very important to do what you are called to do, to pursue what you want, and it must be
Hmm.
something that you will give up everything for. If you're not willing to give up for it, if I can use another quote from my I can say mentor, TD Jakes. He says that if you plant a seed in the ground, you must want that seed to come out of the ground. Otherwise, you've just wasted seed and you've thrown it away. It needs to come up, and you need to want it to come up. You need to spend the time watering it. You need to spend the time nourishing the soil around it. You need to grow it. If you don't want it, then you've just wasted the seed, sweet seed that someone else could have taken and planted. So, yes, I think that's what I have to say on my side. You, Luandra?
Actually, just to add on what you just said, the why. It also, if your why is just about material things, money and those type of things, then it's not gonna last, because you will get money, you just spend money and just waste it all. But your why has to when you set up when you write down your why, it also has to be connected to some sort of emotional. It has to have like an emotional connection, you know. Like for instance, like Tony Robbins, he grew up very poor, and he was like he knows what it is to be hungry, and that drives him never ever to struggle, and never ever to, to to stop working on his goals, and to stop working on himself, because otherwise he just doesn't want to go back to being poor and hungry, you know.
Yes.
So it has to have, your why also has to have that emotional connection. If it's just about material possessions, about money and stuff, then you'll get your monies, you'll get your material possessions, but you'll it will all just go to waste, and you won't
Mhm.
really, it won't drive you. I mean, you can just there's just so much um motivation that a million rand can do for you, you know. So it has to be something emotional as well. Like your why also have to have that. You also have to have that emotional connection.
Yes. Yes. Don't
Yes.
chase temporary things. Chase things that
Yes.
last. Because if you catch
Yes.
them, you will have them forever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
Okay.
one thing about Tony Robbins as well, um, he because of his background, he knows what it is to struggle, and that's why he always pushes himself to to feed more people than he fed previously. So I think there's also a strong why to have to also
Yes,
give
helping
back
others.
to others.
Mm-hmm.
So are you happy?
I'm awesome.
Okay, cool. So I think we can sign out, and where can people find you? Where do you want people to connect with you?
Right, and guys watching this video, you can connect to me. You can go straight to my Facebook page. That's Dino Kevin Ruel McPherson. Luandra will just put it on the screen there for you. And then you can go down to my vision page. My vision page will have all of my quotes and motivational videos. And yeah, it's good.
Okay, so let me just quickly. So that's Dino Kevin Ruel McPherson. You can connect with him, and then visions is your. Is it
That
vision
will be
or
my
vision?
vision. Vision. What is your vision? Yes.
So vision, like that, right?
Yes.
So vision for Dino's business page. If you want to connect more with Dino, and then if you want to be friendly on Facebook, this is my Facebook name, Luandra Jacobs, and then my Facebook page. What is it? Business Talk with Luandra.
Yes.
Business Talk with Luandra. So please feel free to connect with us. Pop us inbox if you guys need more information regarding this, or if you guys want to know what we are doing in our businesses and how we're building. If you guys need any encouragement or any advice, just feel free to connect with us. And
Yes. Please do.
yes, and I'm actually running a lovely. Let me actually go to my page. I'm running a business sponsorship giveaway for those who really want to start their own businesses and who wants to be their own boss on a part-time basis, or if you want to make an extra income, definitely connect with me. And I actually did drop it on my personal page. If you just scroll down, you'll see it there, and on my business page. If you guys want to know more about that, definitely contact me. Do you have any last words for
Any last
for
words? Keep
viewers?
keep growing. Don't stay stagnant. Keep growing. Whatever you have to do to learn, whatever you have to learn, do to become more, to grow. Keep pushing because you will not regret it.
Cool. Yes. Okay, cool. Hey, Tania. Okay, cool. So, are you happy? I'm happy. So, guys, we'll see you. We'll see you next week for another session. Bye.
Bye bye.